interview now, Wade.
Sure. Yeah.
I want to know, Wade, where did it all begin? I want to know the whole story. When did Wade Plemons turn into the Wade concept? How did this all begin? Like, you're
Uh,
at such a high place now. Like, tell me.
it started with me when I was living in Florida at the time, and I was sleeping on the floor of this this place I was renting from two old ladies, and I was trying to just figure out what I wanted to do in my life. I had damn near no money. I had no college degree. I had moved from where I live now to Florida on a whim, just to say, okay, like this is my big chance to do an internship with an ESPN radio station locally, not even like ESPN radio, but a local one down there.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew that I had a passion for broadcasting. I had a passion for sports, and I had definitely had a passion built up from my time in California for MMA and combat sports. So I started the Wade concept, and I was just like, at least it's a resume, right? Like I don't have the college degree. I'm doing this internship for free. I'm working at a CVS. At least this can be my way of saying, hire me because I can
Mhm.
do X, Y, and Z. So basically, I started it and I started doing live streams on YouTube. I would do maybe 1 to 2 live streams a week, breaking down the next UFC fight. And then on the fight night, I would break down or a live commentary for all 8 hours of the UFC card or 7 hours or whatever it was
Yeah.
live the entire night with maybe like one person watching me. But I was what I do for about a year and a half to 2 years there. And then I said, okay, I've built up enough. Let me get away from the Wade concept and really start to go to these businesses, and I moved back to California and I live in Orange County, but I would drive to LA every Monday. I would drive to LA and I would hand out, I don't know, 100 resumes, 50 resumes. I don't remember what it was, but I would take a bunch with me. I'd get all dressed up and I'd go to Showtime. I'd go to Hulu. I'd go to Fox Sports. I'd go to ESPN. Most of these places, they wouldn't even let me in the door, and I would like shimmy the paper through the door. But yeah, that's what I did. And then I just thought, why am I giving up on what I built to go and do something for someone else? It doesn't seem like they're very interested in hiring me. There was one time, I know this is off topic. I went to LMU University, which is in Los Angeles, and posed like a student so
Oh,
that I
yeah?
could go in and get my resume in front of Showtime Boxing on their career day. So I made it in, got in front of them, and they told me because I didn't have a student card, I couldn't go up there. So I drove my ass up there
Oh.
for basically nothing. But that was my mentality at the time: do whatever it took. And so yeah, I kept with the channel, and then if you want me to go through it all, what happened that really took the channel off was I started working for another YouTube channel that people really don't know about, but it was a
Really?
fairly big channel.
What channel?
So it was called G Minio. And
Really?
yeah, G Minio. It was I don't even know if they're still up, but it was a video game reaction channel. We would do breakdowns and not breakdowns, but that's where my idea started. We would do reactions to video game trailers, new skins in games like League of Legends and Overwatch, and stuff that I particularly didn't care about. I had no interest in, to be honest.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
it was a job and it was in YouTube, and I was getting paid more than I was getting paid to go and work it. I was doing, I think, golf cart cleaning, and I was at the bar doing like restaurant work at the time, but I was getting paid more to do that. And so I thought, okay, like I'll just do this and I'll go and have my second job on the side. And I was kind of still doing the Wade concept. I wasn't doing it as much because I was trying to reformat the channel. I was like, I don't just want to talk about MMA. I want to talk about this and really YouTube boxing, because I had a couple videos on it and I really wanted to get back into it. But I started to learn YouTube, right? So there was a guy there. I'm not going to say his name, but he was one of my coworkers. He had already had a 100,000 subscriber YouTube channel. This is when I was on like 300. And so every day was just my opportunity to pick his brain about stuff, thumbnails, title optimization, how to, what people wanted to watch. He was the one that coached me through, like, I love this guy to my grave for this. He coached me through intros, where, like, how long they needed to be, what they needed to be, get your message across quicker. And even outside of that, I learned how to edit. through that, and I did some editing for the NBA Summer League as well. But I learned how to edit for YouTube. Like I was doing editing beforehand, but it was like for, basketball and things like that that didn't require the same kind of editing. But I learned how to keep attention through editing in this job. And I took that and I started to apply it to the Wade concept. So that's when things really started to kick off, and I started to quit my job at the bar, and I was doing just Gminio, which we grew for that channel from 600 to 50,000.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, we're doing something right. And so I took that and I started doing Gminio and the Wade concept, and I was doing this, and all of a sudden I started to see the Wade concept's views were rising quicker than Gminio with less subscribers. And I was like, okay, this is interesting, and I'm having a blast doing it. And I just kept going, man. And yeah, that's how it evolved and came about.